y'all, happy Friday. I decided to hop on today because I feel like I haven't went live in a long time where I was just live just for the sake of being live or doing readings or whatever. Actually, I think I did last week, but still, I wanted to go live without doing the whole teaching thing. So I was thinking about either doing some readings today or just kind of talking about what I posted about earlier. I don't know if y'all seen my earlier post about emotional fragility and how it affects the divine feminine. But I wanted to start a conversation about that because I feel like it's not something that's discussed a lot. How, men are kind of coached into believing that they emotions aren't valid, and they're told to kind of suppress their emotions in turn, and how that kind of affects women once they put that wall up. So I don't really have an agenda today. I just wanted to get on live, and I don't know, kind of figure it out as I go. I did have a really good week. I mean, a really good day today because I'm a spiritual mentor, and both of my mentees had really good sessions today, which felt good. Hey, Smiley Ray. Which felt really, really good because I love when I'm able to help somebody change their perspective in the way that they're thinking about things. And I think I have a unique space when it comes to mentorship because I'm a medium. So like a lot of times I can feel what's behind the emotion or what's behind what they're saying. And I can help bring clarity in those situations. And I felt like today just was one of those days where it was just hitting. And sometimes I surprise myself and I like that. So yeah, I was feeling good and I was just like, whatever, I'll get on live, see if I want to do readings today or what everybody was up to, what everybody's interested in. Remind y'all that I have that spiritual protection class on Sunday. If you haven't signed up for it, I actually wrote it today, and so it's going it's going to go over a lot. Like it's going to go over what you can do in your daily life, because I don't think we realize that we used to be very ritualistic people, meaning like we had a lot of spiritual practices that were just kind of part of our day. Some of them survived from like previous civilizations through like indigenous brown and black people and how we practice things. But a lot of things, I just feel like for those of us who really don't know how to protect themselves spiritually, it's going to be a really, really good course. Because I'll talk about how to protect yourself in the waking world, but also in the dream world. And so part of it will be educational. And the other part is like actually giving you some applicable things that you can do either daily or weekly or monthly to make sure that you're protecting your energy. So I'm excited about that. I think the course is going to be 1.5 to 2 hours. And maybe I'll give away some free links or some free spots for people. And I'm in the Sublime. Yeah, maybe I'll give some free spots away too today. But I wanted to get on here and do some readings. So if y'all have some questions, drop them into the chat. I'll go for as long as until the spirit calls me. So if y'all got a question that y'all want me to look at, drop it in the chat. What spirit wanted me to talk about today is the fact that two things. One, we need to be listening to what's going on inside our body, listening to our inner voice, but we also need to understand that you can't change anybody but you. You're the only person that you have control over. You're the only person that you can change. So focus on you. And what's crazy is that actually came up in both of my sessions today, especially if you're a generator. A lot of times we want to fix, we want to heal, help people heal, we want to save people, but we do that by imposing our perspective on other people without actually considering what they actually need in that moment, you know? So it's really important for you to understand that it's not our job to fix or heal people. It's our job to fix and heal ourselves, and we become the example for them to see, you know? So, yeah. Do y'all have any questions y'all want me to look into today? Or anybody want to come up and get a reading? I just found out I'm a manifesting generator. I'm still reading about it. Yeah, so manifesting generators, I think sometimes it's really tough being that energy because y'all are the most capable of all energy. Which means y'all do things a lot quicker than most people. Y'all like a bullet train coming through. Y'all here to kind of solve issues very quickly. But because of that, sometimes y'all get stuck in fixing energy and trying to do everything for everybody or take on the weight of the world, which can be really, really hard. Because you won't help, but nobody really works at the speed that y'all work. And also too, I think it's a lot easier for that specific energy to get locked into helping, fixing people, correcting people, doing things for people, because your energy feels on a subconscious level that you're here to solve problems, but you become the person who ends up solving everybody problems. Don't really work good in teams because y'all kind of like a jack of all trade type of energy. So it's really important for manifesting generators to realize that it's not their job to fix or heal or correct or do everything for everybody. They have to heal, fix, and correct themselves and become the example for other people to see. And also, if they don't ask, you don't offer. Best advice. Okay, Smiley Ray, what question do you have? Why did you see your dad? That you're probably a medium, love. He was probably trying to communicate with you. I heard you're not listening, so I don't know what you're not listening to, but I heard you're not listening. And for some reason, that feels like self-destructive behavior, like self-sabotaging, self-destruction. Can you give me some confirmation? Who said that? The prophetic plant? What do you have going on right now, the prophetic plant? Because it feels like he's saying self-sabotaging or self-destruction. So you must be, I'm wondering if you're engaging in some activities that he would not have approved of. It feels like something that you're doing is causing stress in your life. Oh, self-destruction, self-sabotage. Yes, I've done way better, but it's the fear of being wrong or going against God. Yeah, because it feels like an internal battle. He's saying just be yourself. Stop worrying about everybody else, because it feels like the tension is coming from you trying to please everybody, but there's not enough space in the situation for you. So he's saying just be yourself. You got to have a question, love. Yeah, it feels like he's saying just be yourself. Does that make sense for you without digging all in your business? Do you know why he would be saying that? Just be yourself. Stop trying to please everybody. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's exactly the energy I've been shifting into. Yeah, it feels like he's been helping you with that. And then also communication. He's bringing up communication, and it feels like I don't know if you've even given people a chance to show up for you. Maybe you're just assuming that they're going to be a certain way without actually giving them a chance to show up for you. Does that make sense? The prophetic plant. This is my jam. Does that make sense, my love, before I move on? Hey, D, I'm happy to see you too. Yeah, it feels like like you're not giving people a chance. Yes, ma'am, I love receiving, but it's hard at times, or I overthink it. Okay. This man, I love receiving, but it's hard at times, or I overthink it. Yeah, he feels like it feels like give people a chance to show up for you. I feel like I don't know if you assuming that they're gonna behave a certain way, or they're not gonna show up for you, or whatever the case may be. But give them the opportunity to show up for you, because it feels like you dealing with a lot of stuff internally, and like the tension is coming from you. Like the self-imposed limitations are coming from you. You're creating the tension. You're creating the thing, when it doesn't have to be that way. It feels like some people would be there for you, but you're just not asking or something. Okay, I'll move on. But yeah, that's what I'm getting from that, my love. Let me go back up to the questions before that. Okay, what is my dad? All right. Hey, Amiris. Hey, Nia. Drop a question in the chat for me, Nia. I'm going to my cousin's funeral Saturday. I feel power going behind the pain. I'm sorry to hear about your cousin, my love. I really am. Funerals are really, really hard. Makes so much sense. Okay. What's the next step in my healing journey? The very first thing that comes up for you is trusting yourself. I don't know if you've been misusing your intuition or if you've been going against your intuition, but it feels like trusting yourself is really important. I don't know if that means that you're gaslighting yourself and talking yourself out of things, but you need to get out of your mind and into your body. And you feel like you worry a lot. I don't know what that is, but it feels like you spend a lot of time worrying. Worst case scenario. And it's keeping you away from seeing the good that's happening. Or the things that you're asking for aren't able to come in because you create this, you contract when you're supposed to be expanding to make space for that stuff to come in. Does that make sense, my love? Who was I just talking to? Second guessing myself. Yeah, that's what it feels like. You need to get out of your mind and into your body. This song, I gotta change this song. This song will get stuck in my head and be stuck in my head for days. I promise you they doing magic because I can't get it out of my head. I gotta meditate more. Yeah, I think that'll help you to ground yourself. I think that'll help you to pull you out of your mind. Because your energy does feel, yes, no, that song, I'm telling you, gets stuck in my head and I promise you I can't let it go. But I feel like you need to learn how to nurture yourself and manage your mind. Also, I hear you don't have to be perfect. And I feel like, I don't know if you have like a perfectionist type of energy about you, but it feels like that kind of gets you stuck on what decision to make, or because you're trying to make the perfect decision. Don't get stuck on that. Trust yourself. Does that make sense, Smiley Ray? So getting into your body is grounding, sitting in grass and nature, yeah. But also listening to your body and your emotions. Your body communicates to you through your emotions. Your mind communicates through thought. Your body communicates through emotions. So that means you got to pay attention to what's happening in your body. If you wake up and you tired, don't try to make yourself be productive. Like, be where you are instead of trying to be where you think you're supposed to be. And then if something makes you feel good, go towards it. But if something makes you feel bad, move away from it. Hey, Rodo. Does that make sense? I don't know who that was for. Smiley. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Okay. So let me go back up. What's the next question? So the next step on your journey, my love, is learning how to trust yourself. Learning how to get into your body and out of your mind. I don't have a specific question either. Just need guidance. I need a question, my love. Hey, Moonflower. So I'm trying to leave my current job and grow my business. Okay, so what's the question? Y'all don't have to put the questions in there multiple times. I promise you I'm going to read the chat. My gifts are very crazy, trying to find how to use them to even around people who who don't believe in them. That's what I thought. Something feels very religious in your energy. And I feel like that's the battle that you have. And is that the battle you have in Prophetic Plant? Trying to be a good person instead of just being who you are? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. All right. Yeah, you just need to be you. The people who are for you don't matter how you show up. Okay? If people fall away, they fall away. What does it mean for me to consistently keep one in isolation but still want my long-term boyfriend? I feel like, Nia, you at a transitory period. Meaning that you are growing. And I feel like you're trying to stay comfortable within that growing. And that's causing internal battles and stuff like that. I feel like that relationship is sentimental, and I think that is something that you really value, but I don't know if it's growing in the same direction that you are. Okay? So there's the battle between staying comfortable, not wanting to hurt people. But by you doing that, you're not speaking your truth. Because it feels like that the longevity for you means something, but it is okay for you to grow. It's okay for you to show up different. It's okay for you to be a different person, but you can't do that if it's not room and space for you to do that. Does that make sense? Hey, Mariah. Yeah, that's what it feels like. I honestly feel like that's acting as your anchor. That's slowing you down from where you're supposed to be. And I think you already know the answer to that. You just don't want to make that decision, my love. And I think it's because it benefits you in some way. I don't know what that benefit is, but I feel like it benefits you in some way. So some things might be circumstantial. I don't know if that means you guys live together or what that is. But it feels like that. It feels like you are growing, but you staying in that situation is you deciding not to shine as bright as you should be able to shine, or grow as fast as you should be able to grow. And I think the isolation part is you not being able to share parts of yourself because you don't want to offend. Yeah, I cling to it because he used to help me with my car and things, but now I do it for myself. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like that. He never made me feel like he would be disloyal. I don't even think it has anything to do with like loyalty or anything like that. I think it has more to do so with you. Yeah, because I don't think I felt like he's a good guy while I leave. Yeah, because I don't feel like that he's abusing you or anything like that. And he is a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he's your good guy. I think that you're realizing that you're starting to need something more or something different, but you're refusing to move just because somebody's a good guy don't mean that they your guy. You know? Because I do feel like he's good to you, but you need something different. That's not your fish. That's not your ball. You know? I think he's probably the best relationship you've been in, but you've outgrown it. So you're pulling away from him without pulling away from him. You know? And I think this is confirmation. I don't. Yeah, I said those exact words to a T. Yeah, I think this is confirmation. I think you already know this. Maybe you just needed to hear it. Okay, my love. Do what's best for you. I feel like we definitely served each other so much purpose this time, but I was choosing comfort. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Don't ever choose comfort, because nothing in life that's worth having is easy. You don't want to take the easy route, because it's not going to get you what you actually want. You want to actually go after what you want. And if that means that at some point something served a purpose to you, that's okay. But once you outgrow that point, you can't keep looking back and trying to hold on to that thing, because then it's just pulling you backwards. Then it just requires you to keep having to go back down and go back down and go back down, which is impeding the whole purpose of you growing and evolving. A lot of times we don't talk about those relationships that we have to break up, because those relationships that we have to leave that have nothing to do with trauma. You know, those relationships where we just outgrow each other and it's just not working because we're two different people now. And it's okay for y'all to be two different people. I don't know why I'm hearing the 8. I don't know if y'all known each other since 18 or if y'all been together 8 years. Why am I hearing 8? But yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time. I think it's been time for a minute. We've been together since 15. Okay. How long is that though? Like, how long has that been? I don't know why I'm hearing 8, but for some reason 8 feels like months. So I don't know if that's 8 months things are going to be different or what. Oh, we were 18 when we first got intimate, and it's been 5 years. Wait, why you say oh my G? OMG. What you think I'm saying? Wait a second. Rewind. Oh, we were on and off, and we've been so inconsistent these last 8 months. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it feels like something has changed. But I feel like it feels like you've changed. And that's okay for you to change, my love. That's okay for you to change. It's okay for you to not need what you needed at 15. That's okay for you to not need what you needed at 15. I expect that you don't need the same things that you did at 15. Give yourself the space to be a different person, and it don't make you a bad person to decide that you want more, need more, and to go after that. Stop worrying about everybody else and worry about what you need. Okay? That doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a self-aware person. And it also, if you ask me, makes you a good person, because you're not holding on to somebody just because you're trying to be comfortable. You let them get the happiness that they deserve, and then you go get the happiness that you deserve. But it's not meeting your needs, and that's why you feel isolated. Because you're pulling away energetically, you're just not physically pulling away. Okay? I hope that helps you, my love. Let me go back up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can. Hey, Miss Nisi. Okay. All right. So getting into your, okay, I already answered that. No, for real, that song did the same to me. Yes, I think they do. I think they put witchcraft. I think they're over there with them wands. Not sure my next steps in life are. I've been feeling guided for something, but not fully sure what. Okay, so are you asking what your next steps are in life? To be honest, you feel confused. It feels like you don't really have a good concept or awareness of who you are. And I think what that means is you need to explore, you need to get to know yourself a little bit better. This is for True 616. It feels like you need to get to know yourself a little bit better. You need to explore a little bit more. You need to try some new things and kind of figure out who you are, because it feels like you get confused and then you just get stuck. Does that make sense, my love? I genuinely appreciate that so much. You're moving mountains for me. You're welcome, my love. Does that make sense, True? Yeah, very stuck, very confused. Yeah, I think you just need to get to know who you are a little bit better. Which means you gotta explore, you gotta try new things, you gotta get out the house, you gotta figure out who you are. So that means that there needs to be some internal reflection, but there or internal work, internal doing, and there also has to be some external doing so that you can get to know yourself a little bit better. Because I think that'll help guide your decisions a lot more because it feels like disconnection, like you disconnected from yourself. And I feel like at a point in time that was helpful for you, but it feels like you're moving in a different direction. I don't know if your circumstances have changed or things have changed, but the way you're handling things has not changed enough yet. Hey, Deanna, or Diana. Deanna? I don't know why I don't want to say Deanna. Diana. I don't know. Whichever one. Does that make sense? True 616. I love listening to these because there are always takeaways for sure for everybody. Very much. Okay. Good, my love. I think you need to do some exploration. Make a bingo card, and on that bingo card, put different activities that you always wanted to try. And then when you get bingo, reward yourself. Like, make it a game, make it fun. And it could be anything, you know? Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nobody's question. Honey, I'm a Cancer. I stay in my emotions. This song is so good. I definitely love you. Crazy, feel a strong connection to you and what you teach since I followed you. Oh, thank you, my love. I love you back. I love you back. I'm just trying to bring the divine feminine back into this place. That's it. That's it. That's all. I'm not sure how to leave or just trust that I'm on the right path. I question myself really bad. I'm not sure how to leave. Wait, did I miss your question, love Tanya? I didn't see a question for you. Ooh, shit. I don't see it. My spiritual awakening started with the Bible, and I had a hard time looking for healing in the church. The Bible's a great tool. It's a beautiful tool, actually. And it wasn't even written by the people that we think that it was written by. It was written by us. A lot of those prophecies come from the Sibyls, the seers, the seer line, not Notre Dame and all of the other people. But there's a lot of gems in the Bible. There's a lot of affirmations in the Bible. But it enslaves the ignorant, and for those of us who are wise, it helps to move us forward. Hi, Maria. Hey, Sister Treats. I forgot what you said your name was. I'm sorry. I'm probably never going to remember it. That's not on purpose. I just got the mind of a fish. First time I've caught you live, period. I love that for you. My partner and I are out of alignment. He doesn't feel heard, and I don't either. Trauma responses. I'm sorry to hear that, love. Gotcha. What area of my energy would benefit from me focusing on? What area of your energy would benefit from me focusing on? I would say your voice, using your voice. It feels like, again, asserting yourself. That's the biggest thing for you is communication, asserting yourself. Specifically within communication, asserting yourself. And also your energetic boundaries too. Because I feel like you absorb stuff. It feels like a wounded empath, D. It feels like you absorb stuff instead of putting up energetic boundaries and holding space for people. I think there's a difference between, I think people think that compassion for other people means we have to do something. Because in our community, historically, we haven't had access to resources like therapy and stuff like that. So a lot of times we just jump in the pool with our friends. You know, we think that that's us, you know, helping them or us. But it's not. Compassion sometimes is just presence. But I feel like you just absorb everything. Like you're absorbing everything. So you probably need to work on energetic boundaries. I did a live a couple of weeks ago on energetic consent and how to protect yourself energetically. I would look at that. But I think the main first thing, asserting yourself. Got that. I'm going to watch that consent video again. That was so good. Oh, you already watched it. Okay, good. I love that. I love your videos. Oh, thank you, Cap Season. I appreciate that. It's memory. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to remember that because I feel like I knew that. Okay. I love that. Okay, good points. You're welcome. Okay. Just started listening to your podcast. Love it so much. Oh, thank you, my love. I've created that podcast at a time where I was going on my healing journey and I just wanted to take people along with me. You know, some of that information or some of our perspectives on some of that stuff have changed, but I think it's still a really good place to start, you know, especially if you don't know anything. Because I came into this not knowing anything. I had to read a bunch of books and learn how to connect with my higher self and all that stuff from scratch. So I just wanted a place for people to go who are in that area of their journey where you're researching, where you're studying, where you're trying to gain as much knowledge as possible. I wanted to put it in a place to where y'all could go there. And there's resources, there's homework, there's all kind of stuff to kind of help us navigate that. So I love that. I'm wondering how to apply that. The asserting myself, standing up for myself feels so foreign. You just got to do it. You can't be afraid to get it wrong or be afraid that you're going to hurt somebody's feelings, because every time you choose to suppress, you're saying that their well-being is more valuable than yours. Their well-being is more important than yours. So stop trying to be nice and be kind. You can be kind and polite and still speak your truth. But if you're being nice, that means you're suppressing yourself for other people. And that is inherently telling yourself that you are less valuable than them. It needs to be a self-worth, self-love issue. Pour back into yourself. Focus on that first. And when you start pouring energy back into yourself, it's going to be easier for you to defend yourself. It's going to be easier for you to care about how people treat you because you don't treat yourself that way. So start with your relationship with yourself, and then it'll reflect on the outside. I think I told you the last time, D, that the answers are not outside of you. They are inside there. They're in there on the inside. They're deep up in there on the inside. And I did. Okay, I thought so. It's okay. I don't mind helping though. But no, it's about your relationship. Fix the relationship with yourself, and that'll fix the relationship outside of you. Because I feel like when I started caring about the way that I was treating myself, I stopped letting people run all over me. I stopped letting people waste my energy or siphon my energy. I started caring more about myself, because when I started focusing on myself, I started getting more access to feel good energy. And anytime I would feel somebody distorting that, siphoning that, projecting that shit onto me, robbing me of that, I was like, oh, hell no. Absolutely not. You know, and it was easier for me to speak up for myself because I had been doing the work, pouring into myself. I promise I'm not as hard-headed as I seem. I'm just struggling to get back on the horse. It's okay, girl. Let me lift you up. Put you in the stirrups. Okay? All right. Let me go back up real quick. All right, I definitely feel we served each other so much purpose. Okay, I already talked about that. Why am I so exhausted and feel alone, like I've been wanting to stay home? I don't know why I feel like you're going through an energetic upgrade, memory. Did you just recently release something, or you just recently like started looking at something differently? That it feels like an upgrade type of energy. Are you doing something differently, or you recently started doing something differently? But this new year starts Sunday, solar return and self-value year of self-love. Okay, good. Yes, my whole surrounding. Yeah, it feels like your system is recalibrating. Like you're integrating. And you know, one thing I've been telling my mentees recently is like, sometimes if we feel like we're not, like, sometimes we don't understand spiritual exhaustion. And you know, a lot of times we think that because we're not doing something tangible, right, that we're not doing something. That's not true. You have to realize that when you're doing spiritual work and when you're changing the way that you think and all of that, your brain has to create new neural pathways to send the signals to your body. And those neural pathways have to actually align with your central nervous system, because that's the channels which energy move across in your body. So your whole central nervous system has to reintegrate after your brain makes the pathway, you know? So that takes a lot of energy that we don't see because we feel like we ain't doing nothing physical, you know, but your whole body is rewiring itself. I almost broke down yesterday. Yeah, I feel like you need to honor yourself, because it feels like you keep trying to be productive. You keep trying to keep going instead of being where you are. Your body is exhausted because it's rewiring itself. Give your body time to integrate. That makes sense. I felt it was a change, but I didn't get it. Yeah. Yeah, this will be on my YouTube. Yeah, it feels like your body is upgrading. It's recalibrating. You got to give your body time to catch up with your mind, because your mind is always going, going, going. Your body can't operate like that. Get out of your mind and into your body. Listen to what your body is telling you. If you feel good and you have a lot of energy when you get up, that's when you want to do something. But if you get out of the bed and your energy is sluggish and low, it's okay for you to be where you are. It's okay for you to say, I don't feel good today. I'm not going to try to do 1,000 different things just because I want to prove to myself that I'm productive. Be where you are and not where you think you should be, because get out of that head. I haven't listened to this playlist in a second. Okay, does that make sense? Got it. Yes, that's my issue, trying to keep going. You don't need to go, baby. You need to sit down. You need to listen to your body, because now you're just tired. Okay, you're welcome. I'm going back up, y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get the questions. Okay, I already did that. Yep, I already did that. Yes, so I'm trying to leave my job and then also continue my spiritual journey. And I need some guidance. I need a question, my love. What's the question? I love that. You're welcome. Okay, good. Points. I love your videos. Thank you. Hey, Shay Shay. Yeah, questions are free. Just drop them in the chat for me. Got that. I'm going to watch the consent video again. Good. How do we go about ancestry DNA results, seeking for understanding or knowing our bloodline? So there's a way to do it without submitting to Ancestry. I think Ancestry is the better of the two. 23andMe, and I feel like it's the better of the two. But it's not honest. It's not honest. Okay, it doesn't contain the full picture for indigenous people. Okay. But I think, and you have to understand, your ancestors live inside of you. They actually live inside of your DNA. Your DNA is an information system. It's like a storage system, and each DNA strand holds millions of terabytes of information. All you need to do is go within. That's all you need to do. And those ancestral memories will start going back the more that you're able to hold more light, which means you got to raise your vibration. You got to take care of yourself. You got to meditate to take care of your mind. You got to nurture yourself and mother yourself. And those memories start to come back. A lot of the memories I have, though, I ain't going to lie, are past life memories and ancient memories. Because when I wanted to know my ancestry, I kept hearing Atlantis. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? How does that help me right now? You know, because I don't feel connected to my direct ancestors, even though I know they protected me. I have them all around me because I feed them and take care of them and keep them their memory alive, like Coco the movie. That's a real thing. If you haven't seen the kids movie, that's a real thing. Your ancestors are one of your oldest lines of defense, right? But you could just talk to them. You know, you could build a relationship with them. You can ask questions because a lot of them want to help you, or a lot of them are your spirit guides because they're here in the 3D with us. 3D, 4D, 5D is usually where they sit. Or you can just tap into your DNA, say what you want. Because well, let me not expect that everybody is a dream seer. If that's something you want to do, go after it. But I would go the genealogy route. Like, hire a genealogist. They'll track everything. And that way it's safe. And it's not one of those spit in a container type of deals. Like, you can actually hire a genealogist and they'll track it for you. That's the route I would go if you ask in my opinion. Oh, happy birthday, D. Yes, thank you so much. You're welcome. I needed to hear this. Oh, good. I love that for you. Hey, Lisa. How are you, my love? A lot is definitely missing. Yeah, hire a genealogist. That's what I would do. Hey, Moonflower. I forgot I put this on here. Okay, girl. Okay, Tiffany. Glad you're back, girl. Hey, Hija. Okay, then I'm a lot, but definitely indigenous. I'm gonna watch Coco again too, just because. Yeah, no, yeah, Coco's a real movie. That's literally you call like when people stop calling on the ancestors. That's when their energy kind of disappears. I've been feeling no joy in my baking business, but I love it. Should I continue with it? I think you should stop focusing on the outcome. And I think you got to start having fun with it again because it feels like you're focused on, it feels more like an obligation now than you having fun. And like the energy that you had when you started the business, I feel like that's a different energy that you in right now. So you got to find another way to bring passion back into the business so you can start having fun again, because it feels like you've been so focused on the outcome and you let in how people react to the business or the lack thereof a reaction to influence how you actually feel about it. I promise you would be in my house because I said the same thing today. Yeah, it's you. It's your mind. Get out of your mind. Yes, I'm doing questions, my love. Get out of your mind. That's all you have to do, love. Stop focusing on the results, because when you focus on the results, you contract. Now you moving based off of fear instead of moving based off of what you want to happen. And that causes you to repel everything. That causes you to repel. You gotta stay expanded, which means you have to be having fun. So find new ways to bring joy into that business. Why don't you start getting on TikTok and baking cookies and making little, or doing educational content around it and make it fun again. Like maybe do Baking Wednesdays or something, and get in front of the camera and show your recipes. You gotta bring something fresh or new into it, and don't focus on getting all the people. You only want people who are really gonna love your product to come your way, not everybody. Does that make sense? You gotta find something. I would be live streaming or something. You're right. My mind is what I need to conquer. Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, hold on. Let me go back up and make sure I didn't miss anything. I've been feeling no joy. Okay, I got that one. But when I started hearing about the flame lineages and stuff you're talking about and the elements. Oh, hold on. What did you say before that? Okay, I'm aligned different individuals, but I'm cool. Coco again because, okay, bad. But when I started hearing about the flame lineages and stuff you're talking about in the elements. Okay. I promise you be in my house. Okay. Good. Okay. Coco gave me a lot of insight and clarity of me second guessing about how to commune with my ancestors. Yeah. That's going to be part of the class that I do tomorrow because we don't understand our ancestors are our greatest line of defense. They want you to succeed. They had to endure so that the person who came in the bloodline right now was able to do that safely. They literally had to endure because they knew that their time wasn't the time. They're waiting for the person to come at the right time, and we are the people. So they want to help you. They do. Okay, am I missing any messages from my guides specifically around my health and my gifts? Let's see. I don't know why. Okay, I'm just going to give you what I'm getting. I'm hearing that you're struggling to trust your gifts. And I don't know if that's when you say something and you getting self-conscious or you feel like you're missing something. Afraid to get it wrong. But it feels like you're doing great with your gifts. Can you give me some confirmation, Haja? That's for you. Are you struggling to feel confident in your gifts? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Feels like you need to trust yourself. What I feel is say affirmations before you hop on. I trust in my gifts. I trust in the guidance. Yeah, because I also heard like something feels like a struggle. Something feels like a struggle. I want to give you the same advice that I gave the person before you. It feels like you need to stop focusing on the outcome. Because it feels like you've ramped up the work. It feels like you're doing a lot, but you're becoming dissatisfied when you don't get the result back that you anticipate that you're going to get from doing all of the work. You don't need to work harder to get the results. Yeah, you don't need to work harder to get the results. It feels like you are doing a lot, but you're not getting a lot in return. And it's making you dissatisfied with what you're doing and making you question what you're doing. And you got to get out of your mind and get in your body. Get out of your mind and get in your body. Do it because you're passionate about it. Do it because you want to help people. Don't do it because you're expecting to get a specific result, because I think it's spoiling it for you. And it's just making you go harder and harder and harder, but that's just reconfirming what you've decided in your head. You don't have to work hard to do this work. Hey, Rhonda. I feel like this message wasn't just for whomever you're talking to, but for me as well, period. Yeah, I find myself working constantly and doing a lot. Don't do that. Slow down. Okay? I need you to slow down because I feel like you're excited about it, which is good, but you're it's okay to be excited about it, but it just feels like you feel like you have to work hard to get to where you're going. And so you keep doing more and more and more and more and more. I think you need to do less, maybe pick a couple days. Maybe you only go live like 3 days a week instead of going every single night for 4 hours. Maybe you only on for a couple hours. I think when I first got started, I was so excited that I would be on live for 4 to 5 hours. And it used to drain me. And I'd be like, damn, like half of my fucking day is gone because I don't got to get awareness of time, child. You need to set parameters, limits, and don't worry about quantity, worry about quality. the quality of your readings that you're giving, the quality of your work. And if you can feel like you impacted one person, getting off that live, you've done your job. Definitely, and I love it. Sometimes I have to set boundaries. Yes, set boundaries. You know, because you don't want to wear yourself out in the process, because then doing the work that we do, that's not what you want to do. Because if you wear yourself down, you're not going to be good at what you have to do, which is stay present in that moment. Okay? So don't feel like you need to do more. Streamline the process a little bit. Set some boundaries with yourself and stick to the boundaries. More doesn't mean more money. More doesn't mean more things. Focus on the quality. I'm impacting a lot of people and getting good confirmation, so that makes sense. Focus on that. When you get off of live and you've had that confirmation and you feel like you impacted people, sit in that. Don't just move on to the next thing. Remember, your energy is here to be satisfied. So that means you got to sit and say, I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm excited about the impact that I'm making. I'm grateful that I get to be in this place where I can make that impact, where I trust my gifts. Sit in it. Feel that energy. Don't just move on to the next thing. Because it feels like you're juggling a lot of things and you're trying to keep everybody afloat, but you are starting to sink. What was the other part of your question? I'm sorry. And let your body be what it is right now. Don't feel like you got to put all this pressure on yourself to get healthy, or think that because you're not at the weight that you normally are, that you're not healthy. Because it also feels like you're putting an enormous amount of pressure on yourself to be what you used to be, and that's not who you are anymore. Health-wise. Dang, I used to be so good at this, so disciplined at this, and so you keep trying to go back. You need to figure out how to work that into the lifestyle that you have right now. Which means that it's going to have to change a little bit, one step at a time, one milestone at a time. Does that make sense? Yeah. Just be where you are right now and know that that's okay. You got a lot going on. Focus on, don't think that you got to do more though. You know, set parameters. And focus on the good, because it feels like there's a lot coming. There's a lot of good that's changing, but you getting in the way. Being up here. Get out of there, Miss Virgo. Get up out of there. Because that's internal communication. Get up out of there. Use the nurturing side of Virgo instead of the analytical side of Virgo, because the analytical side is supposed to be against systems and information. Use that nurturing side for you. Nurture yourself like you nurture your baby. Yeah. Miss Ma'am, you got this. And if you feel like you backsliding, I don't understand why you just didn't hit me up. I'm proud of you though. Keep going. You got this. Just get out your way. You got this. Just get out your way. Okay, that's what I would say. I don't think you're not hearing the guidance, or I just feel like you're scrambling a little bit. I actually think your gifts have gotten clearer. Okay. Let me get off your neck real quick, friend. Hey, 77 Starlight. Yes, my dad warned me of the storm in my dreams. Oh yeah, you're a medium. You're probably too distracted throughout your day. You probably need to manage your mind a little bit more, so you can start getting guidance while you wake. Last one, LOL. Why do I see like stars and stuff in my daily visions, like a whole system of stars? You probably are from the stars, my love. That's why I felt the urge to tell you about the Atlantis thing. Like, I didn't feel connected to my Earth ancestors. I felt more connected to my star ancestors. I think it's because you're from the stars. Home. And it feels like serious. Oh, do you have a connection to I want to say dolphins or whales. Do you have connection to dolphins or whales? Because I feel like it's Sirius B. Yeah. Hey, twin. How was your birthday? Girl, you know, sometimes I just move when spirit moves me. If spirit tells me to get on here, I just get on here. And I was about to go downstairs and watch some TV, and I said, let me go get on live. Why not? I haven't got on here just to hang out for the sake of hanging out in a second. So I was like, fuck it. Let me just get on here and do some readings. Because I love doing readings for y'all anyways. Like, I feel like that's part of me giving back. And I love that. Like, I love being able to give y'all them quick hits that y'all need. Keep us on track. You know, I really go hard for my community. So if I haven't been on here in a minute, I feel like I've been needing to get on here and say something. I think collectively we're having these same blockages. Yep. I went live and I don't know what to talk about and don't have anyone on here, and I get back off. Just sit on there. Just talk to yourself. You know, the first couple times that I went live, I was rambling. I was just rambling because I felt so uncomfortable being in front of the camera, but I knew that it was practice. So I went into my first couple sections as it just being practice. And, you know, I was letting people ask questions. I was talking about topics that I wanted to talk about. So the first couple of lives, I wrote out bullets on what I wanted to talk about. The first couple of lives, I would do a reading. Like, I would do grab my tarot cards and do a reading of what I wanted to talk about. And I would always start the live like that. I haven't done it like that in a long time. I just get on here. And to be honest, because I've only been getting it on here on Wednesday when I have an agenda, even today when I first started, felt awkward. The last time that I was on live, I think it was last week, randomly I got on live, I felt awkward again because I feel like I was going live multiple times a week and I haven't done that in so long that it makes me feel a little self-conscious. So it's going to be like that sometimes. You just got to do it anyway. Do it scared. Get on here and talk to yourself like you're talking in the mirror. You ain't got to make it about them. So yeah. That's my advice. Treat it like practice and know that it'll get better over time. And the more you get on live, the more you'll build your community, you know, of people who get on every time you get on. And the more you'll start to just interact with them. Sometimes I just get on because I want to talk to my people. The rest of y'all is a benefit. No, I'm just playing. But yeah. I found a whale sticker, and then my coworker the day after showed me the same one randomly. Yeah, it feels like Sirius B. It feels like Sirius B is where you from, my love. And I keep hearing high priest, high priestess, high priest, high priestess. And sonic healing. It feels like I think you need to start paying attention to your dreams. I think you got a lot of water energy. Indigo. I think you might be an indigo child. I think you need to pay attention to your dreams, love. I think you need to pay attention to your dreams. Hey, Pressed. I've been having dreams and used to remember all of them, but lately I can't remember. Why is that? Probably because there's some interference. If you smoke, I wouldn't smoke 6 hours before you go to sleep. But also it feels like interference, meaning like get a dream catcher. Set your intention before you go to sleep and keep a dream journal so you can keep yourself focused on dreaming. I think that's happening for a lot of people. That's why I'm doing that spiritual protection class on Sunday. I'm doing that because a lot of stuff is happening in people's dreams. I feel like we being attacked in our dreams. Or one day I woke up and it's like the moment that I woke up, I felt like somebody snatched it, like it was snatched or something. So I started doing a lot of dream protection, and now I'm gonna teach that on Sunday. So join the class if you interested. I will talk to myself on live. Yeah, just talk to yourself, literally. Who cares? Hey, Laura. Hi, beauty. I've been trying to find my purpose, but I've been in a fog. Nina, I think you need to clean your gut. And minerals. I keep hearing minerals. Um, I think you need to get you some fulvic acid. Because it feels like a mineral deficiency. I'm Aquarius sun and Capricorn moon. I'm a huge gardener, but I definitely am connected to water. I pray for rain and rain be close. Yeah, it feels like something like that. No, I don't smoke or drink, and my dreams feel important, but yes, seems like they are snatched. Yeah, I think you need to do some spiritual protection because I feel interference, like some type of interference. I went back to eating meat after 2 years, and I feel like I want to stop again. Oh, that makes sense. It feels like something is going on, mineral wise, gut wise. I wanted to say, I wanted to say, do a parasite cleanse. That's what I wanted to say. Because I feel like that's what's causing the fog. It feels like, and if you started eating meat, that makes sense. So what I do is a parasite cleanse with fulvic acid, and the fulvic acid and parasite cleanse that I use is the Zuma brand. It's really effective, but it helps to clear that mental fog because that feels like heavy metals. It feels like minerals need to come back into the equation, which is the fulvic acid and trace minerals. That's what I mean by minerals. But it also feels like you need to do a parasite cleanse. I don't know why I was so afraid to tell you that. It's like I didn't want to say it for some reason. Okay. But I feel like that's causing you a clarity issue for you. It's disconnecting you from yourself. And I feel like you also a little bit exhausted, like it's causing low energy. Yep, zeolite is another good one. If you can take those 3 together, that would be good. I had a parasite cleanse in my pantry and never used it. Yeah, I think you need to. Do you eat a lot of sweets, Nina? I'm doing a spiritual protection course tomorrow. I mean, on Sunday. Nina, did you hear my question, my love? About the sweets? Okay, I'll move on and come back. Let me go back. You have more general readings available soon. I'm ready to book. Yeah, girl, whenever. I just gotta hop on my website. That's it. And then once you book, I send you an email with confirmation, and then we set up a time. Yes, ma'am. Can you give me some insight on what? What is dream for? What about Dr. Bronner's soap? What about it? I do want to know something, but I don't know what to ask. Think about it. I've been having so many variations of dreams running from something, been happening for months. That feels like, do you feel safe in your environment? That feels like a safety issue when you awake and it's just bleeding into your subconscious. You have to focus on feeling safe in your waking world, true. Are you struggling to feel safe? I'm scared to use Dr. Bronner soap. Something's telling me to. They changed it to magic soap. Oh, okay. I use a Alta soap. It's Alta is the brand, and it's like volcanic pollution soap. Like it's like a heavy metal soap. I use that. Not really, just I've been more recently. My niece made cookies and they're addictive. Okay, yeah, because I heard watch for the sweets, so I wanted to tell you that. Can you tell me if I should stay in my marriage? And also, I'm trying to find my purpose in life. Okay, so spirit doesn't really work that way. It's more so wish for your highest good, and I feel like that has ran its course. Um, I don't know why I keep feeling like you're saying the same thing over and over again, and nothing is being done. And you feel exhausted and frustrated. Honestly, yeah, not sure why though, since I don't seem in immediate danger. Yeah, it feels like for you, True, that feels like you need to work on making yourself feel safe. I don't know if you were in an environment that before wasn't safe, but it feels like the circumstances have changed, but the way that you perceive in reality hasn't changed. You got to make yourself feel safe. Yes, you do. Okay, you keep saying the same thing over and over again. It feels like that person doesn't want to change. And so you keep having to become less and less and less. And I feel like it's wearing you down, it's wearing you out. Um, so the advice that I have for you is I don't want to tell you what to do because spirit doesn't work like that. Spirit is more so like what's for your highest good. Um, but it feels like you keep having to talk yourself down and talk yourself out of whatever it is. Okay. So I'm gonna say you need to start thinking about you and stop thinking about everybody else and what you need, because what you need in that relationship is just as important, and it feels like you carried the weight for a lot of stuff, but you're starting to crush underneath the pressure. And I think that's also why you feel disconnected from your purpose, because you're being everything to everybody but yourself. Does that make sense, my love? Yes, that about lines up. Okay, good. Yeah, it feels like you need to feel safe again. Yeah, because you've been wore down. That's exactly what it is. It feels like you were spiritually exhausted. You're tired. Um, it's time you prioritize you. And I think just even that shift where you stop worrying about everybody else, because now it just feels like you just going through the motions, um, just trying to survive it. Okay. I don't know if you had parents who were together for a long time or if you always wanted that, but I feel like that's what's keeping you from leaving or moving forward. Um, and a little bit of abandonment too. Um, I think you already know what you have to do because you're just closing and closing more and more and more and more, becoming less and 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 less until there's not a lot of you left. That we're together until I graduated high school. It was an abusive marriage. Okay. Yeah, it feels like you're trying to prove yourself. You're trying to prove something to yourself. You know what? That's crazy. I thought you were in the abusive marriage. But that makes sense if you're coming out of that environment. Oh, you are. Okay. I didn't want to tell your business, my girl. I'm sorry. I was treading lightly because it feels like a delicate situation. I think you know the answer. I think when you get out of that and you start prioritizing yourself and living life for you again, everything is going to change. But I don't think you can find your purpose when you're living in survival. Because it feels like you're going through the motions, like you're just there. So I don't know if it's you trying to prove something to yourself, you trying to keep up a facade. I don't know what it is. Where you thought that you were going to do it one way, or you was expecting it to be one way, and you can't let go of that image, so you keep trying to push yourself towards that. But you need to look at what's actually happening. You are welcome, my love. I'm sending you all the love and courage in the world. Okay? I really am. I mean that when I say that. The name is Alta. It's like ALTA, or no, Alta is not the name. It's Alba, ALBA. It comes in a yellow canister and it has like Hawaii, like a Hawaiian flower or something at the beginning. And it's like Hawaiian charcoal pollution. So like it comes in like a little pump. Friend, your general life reading say sold out on your website. What? No way. That's crazy. That would make a lot of sense. No way. Let me go. Let me see. Sold out is crazy. Not y'all. I know you motherfucking lying. Wow. Y'all is playing in my face. Let me read. Wow, they back up, y'all. That's crazy for them to even be on that. I know I didn't do that. That is not me. Yeah, that's not something that I would do. Thank you, Hydra. Okay, my Laura, what you got for me, boo? Hold on, let me make sure I ain't miss nobody real quick. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I did that. Okay. Yep, do the parasite cleanse, my loves. Not really. Okay. Is there a message that they have you picking up on for me? Is there any messages they are that you are picking up on for me? I need a question, my love. And only put it one time in the chat. Let me just 1 second. Is your dad passed or living, Brianna? It feels like something you need to relook at something with your dad. Okay, I see your question below. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. It feels like you need to relook at something with your dad, Brianna. How's your relationship with your dad? Thank you, Hydra. They must have put that in your spirit. I needed that. That's crazy. That would explain a lot. People asking me when my reading is gonna be available, and I'm like, just go on my website. Child. Brianna, living, never been in my life, not sure if my mom, but I reached out at this age, he doesn't try. Okay, yeah, it feels like whatever it is that you need to work on has a lot to do with dad. You need to revisit that. I feel like you have moved past it because you don't feel it anymore. Or you have like a nonchalant approach to it, but I feel like it is affecting something. And it feels like trust. It feels like trust. Does that make sense, my love? And what's crazy is I feel like you've done work around it, or you looked at it, or you did some releasing, or you just let it go. But it feels like there's something deeper going on there that you need to look at. Because I feel like that is stability. It feels like stability is in there somewhere. It's causing issues with something in your life around trust and stability. Does that make sense? Oh, and the song that's playing in the back is I've Outgrown You. Yes, it does. Definitely try. Not sure what I'm missing. Is it letting go or not having a father? No, it feels like there needs to be some forgiveness. There needs to be some healing. There needs to be some reevaluating, because it almost feels like you didn't get something you feel like you were supposed to have. And it feels like there's some resentment there. There's something is bottled up, something is caged off, something is blocked off. I don't know if that for some reason I feel like that feels like a bug in my ear, like it's something I always think about, or something I go back to, or something that I, even though I'm trying not to feel it, because it feels like nonchalantness around it. But I don't think you actually have you have actually done the work that you need to do around it fully. And it's holding you back from something. Does that make sense, my love? I feel like I might have just confused you even more. Yeah, it feels like that's what I would be focusing on right now, is doing some releasing around that. Because it feels like trust. I don't know if you believed in him, or you was trying or something like that, and it didn't work out, and it just feels like, yes, it makes sense. How do I do the work? I resent my mom and my dad even now for me reaching out. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like forgiveness. I feel like you need to do some water work. Work with water. I think you need to do spiritual baths and release some of that emotional energy. Do some grounding work as well, releasing it into earth. Um, because I think it's closed you off. Like you feel like hard, like boxed off, like guarded. Um, you need to do some shadow work. I would go back and revisit it. Because it feels like they're never going to be who you need them to be, and I think that you need to kind of accept who they were and realize that, because it honestly feels like you having the experience that you had actually made you better off for it. I don't think that if you had the experience with them, just even being there present, that you would have liked the results of it any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it's like a situation where you think you want something because you're supposed to have it, but if you would have actually had it, you would have been worse off for it. I'm guarded, but also for being betrayed in relationships, even now with my kid's father. Yeah, it feels like a trust and stability thing with dad. But I would start taking spiritual baths so you can emotionally release that energy. I would start doing grounding work, meditating, but you need to do some shadow work. You need to actually relook at how those relationships made you feel, what you liked about them, what you didn't like, make sure that your boundaries are straight. But you got to do some shadow work on mom and dad. And what that looks like for you is a combination of visualization, maybe calling them forward in your head, having the conversations that you want to have with them, seeing a table full of contracts next to you. And if you decided that you don't want reconciliation with them, pulling up the contract after you're done talking, tearing that contract up and seeing them walk away, or maybe taking your power back, pushing light from your eyes through their eyes, seeing it come out of their feet back up into you, and keep pushing until they flake off and disappear. But it needs to be part visualization, part information, meaning like you probably need to journal about it as well, and like write a letter to them saying everything that you wanted to say to them, and it can be a 10-page letter if you want to, but get it all off your chest, and then I need you to speak it out loud. And then once you're done speaking it out loud, burn it, because fire helps you to release. So I would do that, and then do the visualization where you call them forward. You can either say it to them or call your power back. But you need to find a way to forgive them without them, or find a way to forgive them and find a way to accept the situation for what it is instead of what you could have got, should have got, would have got. Accept it for what it is so you can move forward without it. Because it just feels like a box that's sitting heavy on you that has not been dealt with. Does that make sense, my love? Sorry, I was trying to find a way to give you applicable things that you could do. I do spiritual baths with salt, clove, etc., and water. Even now, I was betrayed. I would forgive. No, but you don't want to forgive them. You want to forgive for you. Meaning like the forgiveness has to be for you, because you don't want to carry that, and you don't want to have that resentment and stuff on your spirit. But I think there's a bit of acceptance that has to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing the beauty in your experiences, because it feels like, you in victim energy instead of surviving energy. And I don't mean victimhood. I mean, like, you see yourself as all these things are happening to you instead of happening for you. And it needs to be a switch in the way that you're looking at it, because everything that's happening in your life is meant to teach you a lesson. You need to focus on the lesson instead of all the things that happen and all the details of what happened. Because when you can focus on the lesson, you realize that nothing in life really is personal. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You needed the experience because the experience taught you this lesson. So you're grateful for the experience. That don't mean you got to give people access back to you, but you need to shift the way that you're thinking about it, because all of those situations were meant to shape you into the version of yourself that you are now. I'm feeling like it's time to let my kid's father go because I can't fully thrive and heal while staying. Then do that. Then do it. Pull the trigger. Don't wait. But yeah, it feels like it needs to be a mindset shift because I need to get my own place for me and my baby. 6 for 2, 4 months. Yeah. Um, yeah. That's what I would say, because it feels like you need to pour back into yourself. You need to start looking at it from a different perspective. You need to start um, looking at yourself as a survivor and not a victim. Okay? And I said that harshly, but I don't mean that harshly. I didn't say that harshly. I said it truthfully. But I didn't mean to say it that clear, but that's really what I mean. You know, like look at the beauty of your experiences, see the things that have happened, and look at the lessons that they were trying to teach you and what you learned from those experiences. Because a lot of times we don't gain perspective until we have the experience ourselves. And that experience, even though it's traumatic or whatever it is, trauma is a catalyst, it's a portal to the version of ourselves we need to be. Okay, I needed you to say it that way. Okay, got you. And then you also need to forgive yourself, my love, because it feels like trust instability. Like it feels like you need to forgive yourself. Okay, you can't control nothing that has been done, nothing that has happened. The only thing you can control is the way that you handle stuff moving forward. That's it. Because you feel stuck. You feel stuck. I feel like there's a lot of self betrayal. Um, Meaning like you get an intuition, you get in the signs, you get into whatever, but you kind of going against yourself. Um, Trying to keep everybody happy, but you getting lost in the sauce. Um, and you kind of feel alone even though you got somebody. And I don't know if that means all the emotional labor or all the stuff is on you, but I feel like you kind of drowning in it a little bit. Not even a little bit. I feel like you drowning in it. This song was written for me. This song was written for me. If I was ever doing a live performance and my exes was there, this is the song I'm singing. Does that make sense, Brianna? I do feel alone, taking care of my babies by myself and trying to figure out my next move. Stability, yeah. Stability was coming up and trust was coming up. I think you got to trust yourself. I think you need to trust yourself to guide yourself, direct yourself. I think there has to be the switch from things happening to you than things happening for you. Okay? You got to get your strength back. You got to get your energy back. You got to get your all of it. It feels like everybody else got your energy. You need to call that back home. You need to call that back home. I really hope that helps, my love. I couldn't move past that because I was saying, well, I need a question, but Spirit was like, no, you got the question, answer the question. So, you know. When do you think it's best to get a general life reading? I just put them. I didn't know that they were saying sold out on my website. I literally just put them back on there, and so they're available on my website. I will, since today is Friday, I have some space next Thursday. Can you tell me? Okay, hold on. Let me go back up because I want to miss nobody question. Do you have anything else for me, Brianna, with that, or did that make sense? Okay, I'm gonna move on. All right, let me go back up, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to miss nobody questions, but at the same time, I feel like I'm gonna miss somebody questions, and I'm sorry. Laura, let's go with you because I said you just a couple minutes ago. Should I be doing something different this summer instead of working my regular summer job? For some reason, I feel like you enjoy that job, though. I think you need to stop listening to everybody else and do what makes you happy. Can you give me confirmation on that? Sorry, that was a dramatic scroll. You're welcome, my love. That was for you, Laura. Thank you. It's so crazy. You said, Father, I've been trying to release. Yeah. It feels like that feels substantial. Did you hear me, Laura? Actually, seeing as you just came back, it froze and I missed the whole thing. Okay. So your question was, should you quit your summer job or do something else? I think you actually enjoy the job, and I think you need to stop listening to everybody else and do what makes you happy. Does that make sense? Okay, so that was on. Okay, good. Yeah, I think you need to do, I think you enjoy that. And I think it's everybody else's voice that's getting in your head, not yours. Are you doing something with kids or the community? I don't know why it feels like kids or the community. Laura? I don't know why I feel kids in the community. I just finished teaching. Okay, because I was about to say teacher, but okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think you enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. And you shouldn't stop doing it just because somebody else is telling you need to be doing something differently. Or you need to be doing something different. Or it's not practical. Or whatever. Okay. That's what I got to say about that, my love. All right. Yes, sold out. That's crazy. Can you tell me what I should try to do differently with my life for the better? Okay, cat season. Again, the first thing I get is trust yourself. I don't know why I feel like you backpedaling. It feel like you backpedaling. And I don't know if that means that you start something but you don't finish it, or you will convince yourself that you about to do something and get yourself really hype and then don't do it. But it feel like you keep backpedaling. Cap season, are you still in here? Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Hold on one second. Damn, I done forgot the fucking question. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find it in this jungle of questions that are coming towards me. Do you think if there is something I should do differently in my life? Yeah, I feel like you need to commit to something. Like you need to commit. Because it feels like you're not believing in yourself, like a lack of confidence. And I feel like that's rightfully owned. I feel like you had a lot of people in your life who was either criticizing you or not believing in you or things like that, you know? And so now you don't believe in yourself in the way that you're supposed to be believing in yourself. So I think the next time that you do that, you get yourself excited about something, you need to pull the trigger and you need to stick to it. Stop caring about what, yes, my close friend, yeah. Stop caring about what they own. You're not on what they own. The vision was given to you because it's meant for you. But I feel like you getting in your own way is self-imposed limitations. The I can't energy, because it's not practical, it's not realistic, it's not this, it's not that. Fuck all of that. Them not even your voices. They feel like everybody else's voices. You need to trust yourself and you need to stand on your square, 10 toes down. And if they don't like it, then they don't like it. I tell you, my whole family told me I wasn't practical, I wasn't being realistic, and guess what? I'm living my best life. In a place I want to live, doing what I want to do. I ain't got to do nothing but get up and talk to people every day. That's it. Now it's all of a sudden I'm a genius. The vision isn't given to them because it's not meant for them. It's meant for you. You need to commit to your self-expression. You need to commit to doing what you say that you're going to do. I think you also need to kind of structure a little bit more. You need to come up with a plan. Because you do have like a just do it type of energy. I don't think that's going to work. I always have a hard time with confidence. Yeah, I think you need to plan a little bit better. Get and ask for help. Do some research. You know, but yeah, if this option don't work, then try this one. If that one don't work, try that one. Don't just stop. If that don't work, try that. And if that don't work, try that. And you're not out of options. Keep to just redirect. This is my song. That's the good shit. Does that make sense, Cap Season? You are welcome, my love. All right, let me go back up. Let me see where we at. Hey, Stony. Oh, hi, Callie. I'm doing good. How are you, my love? When is the right time to go no contact with my parents? Right now. Today. In fact, pull out your phone. Boop. Just like that. Stop feeling bad. Stop trying. No matter how many times, I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think they're ever gonna be able to be who you want them to be. I'm struggling to start up my business, even though I know I need to. I feel like it's a spiritual thing. So you asking me, is it a spiritual thing? Bloom Bombshell? What's the question? Bloom Bombshell, are you still with us? I don't think it's a spiritual block. I think it's anxiety. I think it is you looking at the full picture, realizing all you have to do, and you just not doing it. And what I think you need to do is break it into smaller pieces. And while you're doing that, you need to build your confidence in yourself. So spiritual block, yes, but you're the block. Okay? It feels like anxiety. Not wanting to fail. That's what it feels like. And it almost feels like you standing in between a doorway, right? You got 1 foot over here, 1 foot over there, and you're too afraid to jump all the way on this side. So you're just kind of jumping back and forth. Boop, 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 boop. And I also think you're not very clear about it either, like clear about the full goal. And I think you need to get clearer about who your audience is, you know, what the goal is. Like, you need to fully commit though. Because it feels like you afraid to fail. And so you keep stopping yourself. I do feel anxiety. Yeah, it feels like anxiety. I think you need to break it up into smaller pieces. And you need to focus on what could go right and not what could go wrong. And when you break it up to smaller pieces, I want you to, what can I get done today that's going to get me closer to the goal? That's the only thing I want you to focus on. And then do that one thing. And then the next day, do the same thing. And then do the same thing and do the same thing. Because I think when you look at the whole thing, it gives you it gives you anxiety. It makes you confused. And it fucks up your clarity on what the mission is. And you just like, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, I'll be, and then it's like 10 tomorrows. So I think you need to get clear about what it is that you want to do and who your audience is and what's the goal. And I think you need to break it into smaller parts and build your confidence a little bit. Believe in yourself a little bit more. Don't focus on the negative. What can you do today? One thing at a time. Hey, hi, Tina. I can't wait to do your reading next week. I am on here late. Well, it's 7 o'clock my time. It's late for y'all. It ain't really late for me. I'm supposed to be outside watching the sunset right now, but I'll probably stay on here like 20 more minutes than jet set because I need to go see the sun go down, and I really only got 20 minutes to do that. You were right. Keep putting it off, but I felt like it was outside forces. Nope. You were the force. I think that's a good way to justify it. But you got to take responsibility and accountability. Maybe keep your cards a little closer to your chest, because I do feel like people be thinking that what you have is what they supposed to have. You know, and when you make a move, you make them a little insecure in where they are. But overall, it's you. It's you. It's the anxiety. It's the fear of failure. You're welcome, my love. All right. This will be on YouTube, my love. Oh, I love nutrition healing and energy healing, and my daughter wants me to Instacart. Don't live your life for your daughter, live your life for you. Let her, if she wants to Instacart, let her Instacart. But you are coaching and energy healing because that's what you like to do, not deliver groceries. Okay, cool. I feel so good after that mini read we did. Oh, good. Good, my baby. Hey, when do you think it's best? Oh yeah, okay. So I put that up for you. Let me go back up. Yes, I'm doing questions. Oh, India. Oh, yes. Thank you for loving so courageously. Period. Thank you. All right. Okay, I think I don't went up as much as I'm gonna go up. What are my spirit guides saying to me? It feels like a grandmother. And she's saying be gentle with yourself. I feel like your internal critique is ridiculous. The things you say to yourself in your head is a little diabolical. It don't leave space for you to make mistakes or to not be less than perfect. So I think you need to be kinder to yourself. Hey, Cosmic Beauty. I feel good. I did do some self-care today. Good. I love that for you. You can book me. Go to my website, babe. My website is www.bigtaj.com. I am going to see the sun. Y'all could probably got me for about a good 10 more minutes. And then I'm screaming. I got to go see that sun. Does that make sense, Star? Okay, good. I'm excited for our reading next week. That's going to be super fun. And my gifts are just so different right now. which I love because I'm so clear on what it is. I think I need to, the reason why I get on here and do this because it be practice for me too, because they so clear that they scare me because my spirit is not sugarcoating anything anymore. And spirit is not even outside of me anymore. It's coming. I am generating the truth from the inside. And I'm used to perceiving something, tapping into something outside of me, and I'm not. So when I'm getting it, it's coming through my heart and it's very clear and cutthroat. So the reason why y'all see me hesitate before I say something is because I'm trying to find a way to sugarcoat when I don't need to be sugarcoating. I just need to speak the truth. But I'll be trying to be considerate of people in the way that lands in people's field, because people don't be ready for that much of a shock value. Yes, the meditation has been working I've been feeling more confident. I am so happy for you, my love. I am truly, truly happy for you. I think that's most important. I think you gotta get your strength and your wisdom from yourself, which means you gotta prioritize yourself, love yourself a little bit deeper. You know, I'm glad we had that conversation last week. I really am. I'm like that every day, speaking the truth. Yeah, I am too. But this feels so like it cuts through the air. It cuts through the air in a way that I've never, like, and I feel like I am very honest, but the thing that I struggle with, and this is what I posted about on, I posted about this today because I was talking about like the masculine emotional fragility, which is basically men's inability to be present with their emotions without feeling like they need to defend themselves, and how that's basically affected the divine feminine, because I feel like we hold a lot of shame anytime we speak clearly or we speak our truth, because we so used to having to coddle or nurture or, you know, make sure be less so that they feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I have been struggling with the shame of that this whole week, and this morning I finally came to the realization, and so now I'm just doing it, you know. But some of the stuff is diabolical. Like yesterday I was doing a reading for somebody, and it involved something very delicate, like sexual abuse, and the way the spirit was giving it to me, I'm like, I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to say it in a way that, because you don't want to trigger nobody or trauma, you know what I'm saying? And so my ass is trying to find a way to navigate with this new gift, because it's so sharp. It's like fucking cutting. It cuts the air. Like somebody said something to me the other day, and it's like, especially too, when I feel like somebody projecting something onto me. It's like something that they have not dealt with, and they trying to get me to see them. And I can see that it's their trauma. The thing, like my mouth starts moving before my mind can catch up. And that scares me because I am very sharp tongued. You know, and every time I say something, historically, every time I say something to somebody, it's always the truth. And I've always been shamed for that. I never saw the problem with being a truthful, honest, real, straight to the point ass person. But because I've been shamed and I've been stifled and I've been humbled and ain't nobody humbling me. Not humbled. But I would say I have been ridiculed and reprimanded for that. I am struggling. I'm struggling with this and how it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling a little bit. That's why I said I got to do more readings. I got to get on here. I got to whatever. Because it's very, yes, transparent. It's very, very, when I say somebody was projecting something onto me, and it's like what came out, it shocked her. It shocked me. And I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't mean to say it like that. But that's literally, if I had to sum it up clear and concise, that's it. That's the shit. You know? The world makes us feel like something is wrong, but we are speakers. Exactly. We are unfiltered truth. That is what we are. We are the wisdom keepers. We are the insight. But because we live in a society where we have to walk around men's fragile sense of self and a fragile ass fucking ego identities, it has caused us to have to be less so that they can be comfortable being less. We got to be less so they can be comfortable being less. You know, that shit fucks me up, because naturally I am a true speaker and I am very straight and to the point and all of that, but been so cautious about the way I say stuff in this healing journey that I've taken, because I'm trying to make sure I bring compassion in the room, because some of this stuff does deserve compassion. Sexual abuse, absolutely. When we're talking about children, absolutely. But my gift is just, it's sharp. It's like the tip. It's like one of those knives that they done, sharpen and sharpen and sharpen. And if you even touch it, you cut. That's what it is. So it's like it don't have no fluff. And I'm like, oh shit, no. Back it up. Because I don't know that it's not me that I'm worried about. I don't know that society is ready. And sometimes I cannot control how quick it comes out. Yeah. So there's that, Hey, Cosmic Beauty. So, yeah. I'm trying to find a way to navigate it, and basically what it boils down to is that I just gotta stop giving a fuck. I just gotta say it. I just gotta say it the way that I say it. And if they pick it up, they pick it up. If they don't, they don't. It just is what it is, But I'm trying to start a conversation around it, because I feel like that I know that there's more women out there who feel like me, who have been shamed for being honest or being truthful, or, not adding no fluff, because they feel like women need to be soft in the way that they love, they speak, they truth, and all of these things. Like, we need to do it in a delicate way. And so I'm trying to get out of that conditioning and that fucking societal standard. And I feel like I've always was shamed. Yeah, same. Like, I feel like we supposed to be less, because if we could be less, they could be less. And that shit is hard. It's hard. I was told I was too masculine when I was young for that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of society is telling us, you're supposed to be soft. You're not supposed to do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. So I am at this threshold. This is what Spirit told me. I am at a threshold between oversoul embodiment and ancestral memory. It doesn't even belong to me. That's what I'm saying. I've always been like this my whole life. It does not belong to me. And because I'm embodying my oversoul, a lot of my ancestor memories and stuff is coming back up, and my ancestors have entered my fucking field, and they're having the struggle, but I am feeling the shame because they are coming up to the top, and it's making me crazy. That's why I say that I've always been like that, because I have, but now that where I am in my healing journey, it's like I'm clearing their trauma. Clearing their trauma. And so, yeah. Thank you, boo. Thank you for saying that. I just be trying to be honest about my experience, because I feel like either you're going to go through it, or you have been through it, or whatever. And I found that when I've been honest about what I've been going through recently, I'm getting so many people who write me like, oh my gosh, I'm right there, or I've been there, or whatever it is. And that's all I really care about. I feel like so many of us struggle because we feel alone, and we feel like not enough people are talking about the shit that we experience. And so I just get on here and talk about it. I've been like this my whole entire life, a truth speaker. I don't mean to hurt people's feelings. Yeah, same. But I don't understand why truth hurt people's feelings, though. That's the thing. And that's why I always felt like I was on the spectrum or neurodivergent or like something like that, because I think I operate at such a high level of consciousness that a lot of things that happen in society, I don't understand it. Why is me telling you the truth when you ask me the truth the problem? You ask me, but I always get men who are like, you're doing too much. Like my brother tell me all the time, I'm doing too much. And I'm like, why she asked me? Like, why? I'm trying to give, it's like they want you to dress it up. Yeah, People don't live in reality. Yeah, it's like their egos feel like you're disrespecting them. Yes, they think it's an attack. And it's not attack. It's not attack. Yeah, I feel like truth sets you free, but people don't feel like that, and that be the thing. So let me give away, before I go, I want to give away two spots for my protection class on Sunday. It's at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 11 Central and 12 Pacific. If that's something that you can make, drop 444 in the chat for me. And it's only a little amount of us in here right now. So if you stayed this long, period. Okay. Brianna, DM me because I really wanted to know if you was available because you asking a lot about protection. Or you have been. So Brianna, DM me. And one more person. We view it on the website or Telegram? It's on Telegram. Oh no, the session itself is going to be held on Telegram, so you have to download the Telegram app. Okay, but you book it on my website. It's $77, and it's Sunday. And it's so much good information. Like I'm giving you rituals, I'm giving you things to do, visualizations, all of it. All of it. Oh, you already booked. Oh, yeah, you are already booked. So people who have not booked, I want to give away some spots. I don't know why I feel like I need to give away 3. So Brianna, you my first one. And I haven't did a lot of promotion around it, so it is going to be a smaller class, which I like that because then I don't get overwhelmed by all the questions and all the whatever. And it feels more personal for me, which I like. Okay, these are all the people that are available. Good. Okay. Spirit is telling me the real Damani or Dami, DM me, love. I feel like you put the 444 3 times. And I don't know why I feel like I recognize your name from something. I don't know if you're reposting my content or something. That's what I feel like. So I try to move my eyes away from your 444, and when I move my eyes, I move right back to you. I don't do it very often. This is my first spiritual protection class. And what I'm going to do is this is going to be the only live version of this, meaning that I'm not doing another live version on spiritual protection, but I will make this course available on my website. So you can always purchase the course there, but I won't do another live spiritual protection course, but I will do other live courses on spiritual alchemy and stuff like that I have coming up, that I want to do more courses. So just so I can have that on my website for people to look through, and if they need something, it'd be a quick hit, you know? Yes, I literally watch and share everything you post. The collective needs to hear and receive this. Period. I love that for us. DM me, my love. And I want to do one more person. Who is catching my eye? Okay, that haunted me in my chest. I think it has to be Lisa. I am Lisa 888. All right. Yes. All right. So the people, I need y'all to DM me. I think it needs to be, soul alchemy. But I want to talk about soul alchemy specifically because that's what we came here to experience. And a lot of us don't understand what soul alchemy is. And a lot of us don't understand that we're crystalline beings, which means we refract light, which means we're energy transmutators. Yeah, so exactly what you're saying. But there's specific ways that we do it very naturally, and I want to kind of do a course over that, just because I think it'll be fun. I still haven't got that out of my chest, Lisa, so I don't know if your ancestors is on your side or what, but it feels like you got to be there, girl. So the course is $77. It'll be on Sunday. It'll be Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11 Central, 12 12 Eastern. And it's a lot of information. The first part is going to be me just teaching, because I feel like it's certain things we don't understand that we need to kind of go over. So that'll be on Sunday. That's the only live version of it I'm doing. So ask questions, please. On my website, if you do want to purchase the course, I do offer Klarna, Afterpay, all of that. Okay. I feel like I done missed the sunset. So let's do a couple more questions and then I'm going to hop off of here. If you got questions on your spiritual journey and you want an answer, drop it in the chat for me. Let me go back up and see if I missed any. Yes, the truth sets you free. So many people rooted in their ego. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let me go back up. I want to know why I feel so stagnant and stuck. You feel disconnected from yourself, like shut down. And I feel like you can't think straight. It feels like it's a lot going on in your mind and new stuff can't come in when you got all this shit going on in your head. Who is this? Who said that? Who am I reading for? Wait, who was that? Oh, KK Dorsey. Are you still on the live? I'm glad I found you. I feel like you're a catalyst to my spiritual growth. Thank you, my love. I'm a soul mirror. So I reflect back to people what they don't want to see. And I open up portals for y'all to walk through. Kay, are you still on here? KK Dorsey. Okay. Well, I'm gonna answer some new questions then. My Otis is experiencing awakening things I feel. My Otis is experiencing awakening things I feel. How can I help her? And I too help her. My Otis is experiencing awakening things I feel. How can I help her? And I too help her. And I too. Can you rewrite that for me, love? I don't think I understand. I'm picking up. I get that your Otis is awakening and you want to help her, but a spiritual journey is a solo journey. Yeah, should I be the one helping her? No, I think what's happening? Is she awakening to her gifts too quickly, or like why does she need your help? Is she struggling? Is she going through pain and suffering? Like, oh. Yeah, it feels like her heart is. There's a lot of heart energy. Yeah, she feels internal pains. And she's having out-of-body experiences. I never had that. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like her heart space is opening up quickly. Or it feels like there was a heartbreak or something happened. There was a catalyst to this. Something happened and it flipped her gifts on. What happened? It feels like something with her heart. It feels like she wasn't communicating something, or Hi V. Um, what happened, sister? She's not having heart issues that I know of, but she was going through a lot. No, I'm saying it feels like grief, heartache, like something going on with her heart chakra. Like she used to see spirits at an early age heavily. Yeah, it feels more like heart chakra issue. It feels like it's opening, but it feels like it was cracked open. So I'm wondering if something traumatic happened or if something. She takes a lot of other issues. Yeah, that's anchored in the heart. Okay. She needs to stop absorbing. She needs energetic boundaries. She needs energetic boundaries. She also needs discernment. My ex did a lot of things to her when she was younger. Okay. That's what it feels like. It feels like grief. It feels like heartache. It feels like heartbreak. It feels like, and that don't have to be heartbreak from the people outside of you. Sometimes heartbreak comes from the people that we love or people in our family who are supposed to protect us, that type of thing. It feels like she needs energetic boundaries. She's resisting. It feels like she's really resisting. She's trying to go back. She can't go back. There is no going back. There is nothing to go back to. This is who she always been. And it also feels like it was forced. Like spirit is forcing her now because she refuses to see it. Or she refuses to move forward in it because of fear. It feels like there's a lot of fear. I think she's just going to have to go through it, friend. Yeah. Yeah, she deals with a lot of fear. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Oh, my stomach is hurting in my solar plexus. It's a solar plexus issue. She needs to manage her mind and nurture her emotions. She needs to do both and just stop trying to go back. This is who you are. She needs to start moving forward, meaning like she needs to read some spiritual books, send her my podcast, whatever it is you need to, but she needs to lean into it instead of trying to move away from it because it's just causing more issues. Damn, that hurts in my solar plexus. Her mind, she needs to focus. She needs to manage her mind. I send her you a lot. Yeah, but it feels like she has to want to do the work though. And I feel like you want to do the work. I don't know that she wants to do the work. She feels resistant. Like she's pulling away. And I'm getting sick to my stomach. Yeah, I think she's scared of it. Yeah, she needs to. The only way for her to get out of this is to go through it. She needs to go through it and stop moving in the opposite direction. She's just making it worse. Because she's being forced. It feels like she's being called to do something. Activate. She's being called to activate. How old is she? Is she 30 something? 30, how old is she? I don't know why I'm hearing 25 too. 25, okay. That's what I heard. I heard 25. I don't know why I kept thinking, oh, yeah, but 25 is an important a year spiritually. Is when you stop focusing on the trauma and you start moving towards remembrance. So she's at a portal. She's at a threshold. It's time. She agreed to awaken at this time. She agreed before she got here. She agreed. She's at a threshold. Activation. That's what they keep saying, an activation. But she got to stop resisting. Like she literally needs to lean forward. But I don't think it's nothing you're gonna be able to do. She gonna have to bump her head a little bit until she lean into it, until she change her mind. 25 is a spiritual threshold. It's where you go from stop experiencing the trauma and you move into remembering. Meaning, like from between 25 to 33, you're undoing all of the, like, you're healing. Those are like your hit, like that's where healing and stuff starts. You know, and you want to start it there instead of waiting until you get to your Saturn return, because that at 29, that's forced. And I waited to the very last minute. Baby, you don't want that smoke. I promise you. Saturn is going to turn your ass every way but loose. Okay? I think I cried for 3 years straight. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Yeah, she needs to feel it because she feels like a seer. She feels like a seer. And prophecy. I think she's getting prophecy through her dreams. She's a dream seer. Oh, my head is hurting. Yeah, her heart is opening back. Like her heart, she had closed herself a little bit. It is cracked open. Like it's cracking open. Yeah, she's a dream seer. She's activating though. She's a part of the Rose Grid. She's an important part of it. So she has to get on board. She has to. I do consultations. They $65 on my website. It's the meet and greet. If she's interested, send it to her. That's my area of expertise. I am a dream seer as well. And so like my dreams feel like they're happening to me. Ask her first though. Ask her first. Ask her first. Ask her first. Because that's you trying to fix, help, heal. But she gotta want it. But her crown is activating. Her heart is cracked open, but her solar plexus is the issue. It's her mind. Her mind is getting in the way. That's what she needs to work on, is managing her mind. She needs to lean towards it and not against it. Ooh, she got some trauma underneath her rib. Like she got so much going on right now. Let me get out of her energy. Oh my goodness. That fucking hurts. She having a hard time digesting life in general. Like the hardships, she's having a hard time in digesting all of that. Send her my way. I'm just, whoever put their questions in the comments, I'm just answering them. I'll probably be on here for, I said 10 minutes, like 30 minutes ago, but I'm just kind of vibing right now. So whenever I get there, I'll get there. Whenever I decide to hop off, I'll hop off. That hurts. She got so much stuff going on. Like I even feel it in my sinuses and behind my eyes, like the top of my crown, my chest, my solar plexus, underneath my rib, you know, lower back where the kidneys are. Like I feel like somebody whooped my ass. Wait a second. It's okay. I'm a feeler, so if I get too deep into somebody's energy, I just start feeling everything they got going on. Yeah, I'm good. It's a lot. Yeah, I think the sinuses is the third eye issue. She's activating. Yeah. Oh, you don't gotta apologize. That's my gift. That's my gift showing up in a very strong, uncomfortable way. But I have to feel it to know where it's at. Which is okay. It's just different when you embody something, you know, because I feel like before it was just like annoying, but now it's like it just randomly pinches or randomly like grit. Anyways, all right. Why do I feel like I always overstimulated when getting to know people? You are sensitive, love. Meaning like you are energetically sensitive. So you're processing a lot of people's emotions, a lot of people's energy. And I don't think you have good awareness of that. So you become overstimulated and it's almost like you got to bolt, you got to leave, you got to get out of there. And I also feel like that might lead to isolation as well, but it's because you feel everything. She deals with heavy chest pain. Yeah, it's the grief, the heartache, it feels like it's cracking open. Who asked me that? Who did I just answer? 9. Does that make sense? It feels like you're really, really sensitive. You feel everything. You can be like you're very spiritually in tuned, but I don't know that you know that that's what it is. And so it feels like you're very reactive and very impulsive, meaning like you got to get out of there. But I just think you feel everything. Does that make sense, 9? Or is it New York, NY? Oh, are you experiencing that too, Royalty? Is she out of the chat? Yes, you are. Royalty, are you in NY? I'm seeing a whole nother picture and a whole nother person who I was answering for. Unless you switched accounts. Did you switch accounts or something? I'm confused. Oh, you're not that person, but you're experiencing the same thing. Okay. You need energetic discernment. You need boundaries. Oh, okay. I got you. You need energetic boundaries. Okay. Well, she's not responding, so I'm going to move on. Yes, I'm okay. I've been told I'm being initiated as a high priestess in my family. How do I embrace that in me? If you're being initiated as a high priestess, yeah. So I have a Royalty. If you go on my YouTube, I have a energetic consent video that I did. You want to do that? Like, go watch that. It's free. I also have a spiritual protection class that's happening on Sunday. If you want to join that as well, but I have a free course on my YouTube on energetic consent. Okay, so high priestess are initiated through their ancestors, and that could either be their star lineage or their ancestors in the ancestral realm. I mean, like in the physical realm. So it depends on what flame you carry, or what energy you carry. I was being initiated through sound and song, but that's happening in my dreams. You know, I think a lot of spiritual initiations happen in your dream world. So you need to start paying attention to your dreams, and you need to make space to hold enough light, which means you need to do shadow work. You need to surrender your ego. And create space, raise your vibration enough to be able to hold that light so you can go through the initiation. Because your team is waiting for you to do that. You just gotta look at yourself a little bit more. Okay. All right, I love y'all. I'm about to go. Oh, hold on. Let me ask Big Dream. Is this move good for me? like you asked me that before. I've got Atomic Gold and did a few other things. Yeah, it feels like you need to do Spirit said don't look for an easy fix. It feels like you need to do the actual work. Oh, you just decided to move. Okay, so it wasn't you, but I don't know why I feel like I probably read for you today that I answered that. Sorry. I don't know. I just decided to move. It feels like it could go either way. But something about it feels rushed. Something feels impulsive. But it feels like you are looking for something new, like a new start, a new beginning, a new something. But my question to you is, are you running away from something or running towards something? Because that, it feels like that is an important question. It's a little rushed. Okay. Why though? Why is it rushed? What are you, because it feels impulsive. But it feels like it could go either way, running to something. Yeah, it feels like you want a new start, a new beginning, a new something. Where is it? I don't know why I keep hearing Dallas. Dallas, Dallas. Oh, I lost everything here. Yeah, that's why I feel like running away. That's why I asked you, are you running away from something or running to something? Dallas. I don't know why I keep hearing Dallas. Hold on. Is there a Dallas, Ohio, though? Oh, but Ohio has yes, there is Dallas Township, Ohio. Dallas Township. Hold on. Yes. I feel like Dallas area. That's crazy. I had no fucking idea that was even a thing. Trying to see where it is on the map. It's actually Crawford County. Yeah, but yeah, there's a Dallas, Ohio. I did not even know that. It's near Marion. I don't know why I feel like there's a lot of Caucasus Mountain Warriors. Where they saying? But it feels like it's by Cleveland. Where was you thinking about moving in Ohio? Yeah, this is not, this is not on the playlist. It just done start doing its own thing. That's crazy. I ain't mad at it. Yes, I'm going to Cleveland. Yeah, it feels like it's right outside of Cleveland. It's called Dallas. That's where I would go. I'm trying to find it on the map though, because I'm trying to see. No, Cleveland is over there. This feels like it's a little bit more down. Yeah, but it kind of feels like, I don't know, I will look there. That's what I heard. I ain't gonna question spirit. I'm nervous about it. It feels like it's a lot of potential. And it feels like it's gonna push you out of your comfort zone. And I think that's actually what you need. To be pushed out of your comfort zone. I think you need to slow down though, the timing of it. Because I don't want it to cause chaos in your life either. You know, you still on, I'm about to do an egg cleanse. What insight do you have? Send the energy back to its origin and its source. So when you do the egg cleanse, crack it, but don't look over the egg cleanse. Okay, you need to be always looking from the side. Don't look over. Okay, do the egg cleanse, rub it all over your body, rub it all down your energy. I would rub it down the front of your body first, then rub it up the feet and up the back up into your crown, right? And then you crack it into a cup. But don't look over the cup from the side of the cup. And then I want you to take red pepper flakes. I sound crazy. But pour the red pepper flakes in it, right? Wait a couple minutes to see if it's spider, if it whatever, because the yolk is going to tell you like what type of energy was on you, all of that. And then dump it down the toilet. But the red pepper flakes returns to sender. Set that intention. Speak over it. But don't ever look over it after you crack it into the cup. Okay? Yeah. That's what I would do. And then you need to seal your field. So I would clear and shield after that. And then seal your field. Good. Shall. Okay. Yeah, salt too. I have a job there that starts July. Oh, okay. Well, that's 2 months. You know, a month-ish. Get your ducks in a row. I feel like you took me by the shirt and said, listen. My bad. I was gonna use a bowl. I don't got pepper flakes. I got salt. No, then take hot sauce. It needs to burn. Whatever it is. That's what I do with salt too. No, I think you need. I mean, salt is good for clearing energy, but I like to return it to where it came from, its source origin. And that's not I return it with love. But it's just, that's not coming, that's for you. That's your energy. You keep that over there. A bowl is cool. Ma'am, you ego episode on you. What? What you mean? What you mean by that? Is the person who invited me doing so with the right intentions? I don't know why I feel like you're not gonna like that situation. I think you need to find your own way. Because I think it sounds good until the person gets there. You know? Hey, Chloe. Girl, I did a jar for my apartment complex and it cracked. I said, job well done, period. Like he gonna turn weird. I feel like you're not gonna like that situation. Your ego episode 4 on your podcast was groundbreaking for me. Oh, period. I love that for you, boo. I love that. I'm glad it resonated with you. I feel like he already weird. So I don't know why I feel like that's gonna turn into a situation that you do not like. Why are you really confused? Why? Because you're going there for him? I think you need to make your move based off of you, not him. Because I feel like, not saying that he's not a good person, I just don't think that he likes the responsibility being on his shoulders. It sounds good. But then I feel like there's an ego thing I don't understand there. I don't think you're gonna like that. Whatever it is. No, I don't want the offer to help to be fake. I don't think the offer itself is fake, but I feel like there's an ego somewhere. So I don't know if that means that he's going to do it and then like down talk you, downplay you, down whatever because he did something for you, or it's a power like it. That's that's what I'm getting. Like I don't think you're going to like the way it feels. Because something about it feels, do it for you. That's what I'm saying. Do it for you. Make sure you got your ducks in a row. Don't rush it. Because something feels rushed, it feels impulsive, and it feels like something, there's potential there, but it feels like it's also the energy of running from something, running towards something else. Like it's something feels like you need to slow down. And something over there feels like ego. It sounds good. You know? I'm journey listening to you, and honestly it's hidden. Period. I love that for us. I hope that helps, Dream. I don't mean to snatch that up out of you or defeat you or confuse you or any of that, but something about doing it that way is not going, I don't think that's going to make you feel good. Like it's something you don't see. You know? Oh, thank you, Deandria. I think you said something earlier. Hold on, let me go back. I'll make you my last person. Okay. Oh, Aura. Yes, she be acting up, child. I don't feel like I'm okay. Hold on. Who was the other person? How do I stay protected from the radiation but still incorporate frequency during sleep? Oh, radiation does not mean frequency. Radiation is a type of frequency that disrupts your frequency, but everything is frequency. So sleeping with frequency don't mean that you're taking in radiation at all. But I would get like EMF stickers or a Faraday cage for whatever you're listening to the frequencies on, whether that's your TV or whatever. So that the not radiation, the interference from that device doesn't affect you, if that's what you meant. Get a Faraday cage or some EMF stickers. I don't know. He and I dated years ago, and he says he's not into a relationship, which is why I was okay. Feels like love bombing. That's about as plain as I can say it. It feels like love bombing, and I think when you get there, it's going to be different. And I think you're not going to like it. I think he's going to try to control. I think he's... Hit me up, girl. All you do is got a www.bigtaj.com. General life reading. That's what that is. But I'm telling you what it is. I hope you're hearing me. Something feels ego. Like, I don't think it is what you think it is. Oh, just get a Faraday cage, Deandria. Get a Faraday cage, get an EMF bag, get EMF stickers, whatever. I'm listening to you real bad. Yeah. I'm about to hop off here, my love. But yeah, there's things that can help you with that, DeAndrea. And with the EMF stickers, the brand that works for me is called Nano Quantum Nano. They good. I have it in the link in my bio, I believe so. But I have them on everything, multiples on multiple devices, every device in my house. Is giving he want me but can't admit it. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a control element. Like there's a control element that's gonna creep into the picture. And I feel like 3 months. That's what I feel. I feel like it's gonna look good at the beginning, but 3 months. Thank you so much. I'm going down your link tree ASAP. Oh, it's not on my link tree. I need to get that link tree together, by the way. It's on my website. The website link is in my bio. You should just be able to click it from my bio. All right. I'm about to check my email for the people who I'm giving the free class away for. Don't forget, I got a protection class on Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. And it's going to go over everything. It's going to talk about how to protect from your flame, how to protect your oversoul, how to clear your field altogether, not just one chakra at a time, because that is a hard way of doing it. Okay. Clear your entire field. I'm going to give you, we're going to talk about mudras. We're going to talk about affirmations. We're going to talk about ancestors. We're going to talk about everything. And spiritual baths and what herbs to use in those spiritual baths, how to make oils, all of the things. So I will see y'all there. I love y'all deep. Thank you, Callie. I'm actually about to write you on Patreon. Look out for that. The class is $77. It's $77. 7 is the number of spiritual reassurance. But it's a 2-hour class and you get to ask questions. It's the only live one I'm gonna have, and then I'm gonna put it for purchase on my website. Okay. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. I might come on here tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I love y'all deep and I'll talk to y'all soon. Alrighty.